All right, the first thing that we want to do in the assignments, we're going to use musictheory.net. So you want to go to musictheory.net. There's going to be two different things that we're working with. One is lessons and one is exercises. So in the lessons section, I will assign one of these categories. We'll start out the staff, clefs, and ledger lines. That's the first one. You go through these. You can click through using this arrow here. You can go back using this arrow. So this is forward, this is back. Each lesson will go through. I'm clicking through here fast. You don't need to do that. Over here, if there's sound along with it, and it will play the note. All right, so as we go through that, that's lesson one. You can go back here to the home. Takes you back to the beginning, right? There's different categories for the music theory. A lot of this stuff we won't get to. It goes all the way up through college level music theory. Here are the exercises. I'm going to walk you all the way through this. For the younger grades, we're going to be using note identification. Other grades, we're using chord identification, key signatures, lots of different things. But if I give you an assignment, it'll be from this category of exercises. We'll start out with note identification. There is a wheel up here that you can adjust things, right? So for notes, we're going to stay within the treble clef. So we could pull this down. You just left click it and pull it down. You can left click this and pull it up. And that sets your range for the notes. Lines and spaces, you could choose only lines or only spaces or both. We're going to keep this on lines and spaces. Key signatures. You can choose to have all of these key signatures or just blank. For note names, we're just going to leave it blank. Accidentals, you can turn on or off. But if it gives you a note like this one, this is C flat. So we'd go over here and click C flat. So whatever the note is plus that accidental would give you the name. So accidentals are not that much different. Right? So that gives us our settings for this. And when we go back, it's going to pull it back into here. Then what you would do is you would click on this. You would do a few. That's C flat. That's D flat. That is E sharp. That is also E. That's E, A, and so forth. When you're done with the exercise, so I'm going to assign a number of these. If I mess up, say I get a bunch wrong here, and my score keeps going down. I'm now at 60%, 55%, 46%, 40%. If I don't like my score, I can go up here and reset the score, and it starts me over. Right? You can also go up here and reveal the answer if you just don't know, and it will show you what it is. At the end, let me do a couple of these. Click on that. That's D sharp. That's C sharp. E flat. So at the end, after all of this, you can go to show progress report. That's these three little dots up here, and it's show progress report. Right? If I want to send this, you need to send this report to me once you're done with the exercise. So you would go up here, you put your full name, first and last. And you would sign the report. it will give you this code, so you can copy this link, and then you can send it to me in Edsby. So you go to Edsby, sign in, and send me this code. Once you send me this code, it will send this to me. So I'll know exactly what you did, where the settings were, what you used, how many helpers you used, what your score was. But this is how I will grade your assignment, right? So that's Note Trainers. If we go to a different one, we go back to home page, exercises. There we go. All right, interval identification. We did this with the high schoolers a little bit. So here I would go through 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a fourth. We would count up the number of half steps and whole steps in that. So from D to D sharp to E to F sharp to G should be a perfect fourth. We'd go here, count these up. When we do the same thing that we did before, that should be a minor third. Major third. I didn't count in my head. Diminished third. Right, so if you get some wrong there, like I got that wrong, then it would take your score down. If you want to reset it, you would go here and reset score and start over. Right, so this is your exercise. Here is your settings wheel. So if you want to change what clefs it is, the range, key signatures, all of these different things you can change, and it will tell me what settings you use for the exercise. I will give you an assignment specifically with that. So after you do the exercise, you would send that to me, and that's how I will grade it. Go through the lessons first. For example, if we look at intervals, specific intervals, that's what we just looked at. You can go through, and it tells you exactly what the intervals are, and you should be able to get that. If you have any questions on this, you can message me in Edsby. You could also send me a remind message. So I will be looking on Edsby. I'll be going on remind, and that's what we'll be using.